Scales are the foundation of music. When we sing a song, the notes come from a scale. Add another singer, and he or she will sing notes using the same scale. This is called harmony. Add a guitarist to strum some chords, and the chords used will come from the same scale. Each scale note can be a chord. In fact, when studying music theory, we learn that chord structure is built by combining scale notes. These scale notes, when played as chords, are the most probable chords to use in a song. A key is simply the same as the scale you are using. If you are using a C major scale, you are playing in the key of C. The C major scale is made up of all natural notes, no sharps, no flats. The notes of the C scale are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and the scale resolves on another C note, which is an octave higher than the starting note. Power chords are commonly used in popular music. These are not traditional chords at all, but are fifth harmonies. To build a power chord, choose a scale note. This will be your root note. Add the fifth scale note counting from the root note. By applying this formula, you could build a fifth power chord to every scale note. So C being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G being the fifth, C plus G equals a C5. The next note in the scale after C is D. So D being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and A being the fifth, D plus A equals a D5. You could also play that with the open D. The next note is E. E plus B equals an E5. Then we have F. F plus C equals an F5. Next we have G. G plus D equals a G5. Then there's A. A plus E equals an A5. And the seventh tone is B. B plus F equals a B diminished because the F note is a flat 5 or diminished fifth above the B note. It is often altered to a 5 chord by raising the F or flat fifth note up to an F sharp. So altogether for each scale note we have a 5 power chords: C5, D5, E5, F5, G5, A5. If we follow the scale notes, we have a B diminished fifth, or we can alter it to a B fifth, and then resolve on the C5. A chord is made up of 3 or more different notes. The most basic chord structure is made up of the first, third, and fifth scale notes, or intervals. The third interval is what gives each chord its emotional quality. The third interval can be a major or minor. Without the use of a third interval, a group of notes does not qualify as a chord in music theory. To build a C chord from the C scale, you simply combine the notes 1, 3, and 5, or C, E, and G. Because the third interval is a major third, 2 whole steps distance, the first chord of this scale is a major C chord. To build the second chord in the key of C, start with the second scale note, D. When we apply the 1-3-5 formula, D is our first, F is the third, A is the fifth. Since F is a minor third, 1.5 steps from D, our second chord in the key of C is D minor. To build the third chord in the key of C, start with E. When we apply the 1-3-5 chord formula, E is our first or chord root note, G is the third, and B is the fifth. G is a minor third or 1.5 steps from E. So our third chord in the key of C is E minor. The fourth note in the C scale is F. Applied to the 1-3-5 formula, we have the notes F, A, and C. A is a major third or 2 whole steps distance from F, so our fourth chord in the key of C is F major. The fifth note in the key of C is G, and when we apply notes 1, 3, and 5, or G, B, and D, we have G major because B is a major third above G. A is the sixth note in the key of C. The 1-3-5 formula gives us A, C, and E. C is a minor third above A, so the sixth chord in the key of C is A minor. The seventh note in the key of C is B. The 1-3-5 formula applied to a seventh major scale note gives us an entirely different chord called a diminished chord. Here we have the notes B, D, and F. D is a minor third above B, and F is a flat fifth. So if we want to stay within our scale or within the key of C, our seventh chord will be a B diminished. Altogether, the C scale harmonized as chords is C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and B diminished.